Millions of people worldwide cross borders illegally. This is to save their families from war-torn countries such as Syria or Iraq, or save them by trying to earn money or find work so they can provide for their families. Good morning, everyone. My topic is a world without borders, and let us first start with why a world without borders would benefit everyone. First of all, the main benefits. The first main benefit is the growing economy. When people immigrate to new countries, they can work for that country. They can provide healthcare. They can teach children, or they can build buildings. When people immigrate to new countries, they can help that improving economy and even help improve it even better. The second one is better lives for people. A lot of people these days are still being forced labor, or they're being kidnapped for ransom, or being kidnapped for prostitution, or they're also from war-torn countries. A world without borders would allow them to escape those war-torn countries, or their kidnappers, or their forced labor masters. A world without borders would allow them to cross without having documentation, or without having to alert anyone that they're gone, or alert their kidnappers that they're gone. The third one is saving money on border enforcement. Indonesia spends over 15 billion rupiah enforcing the border. This is to stop people from illegally crossing borders, or illegally fishing or hunting in Indonesia's borders. A world without borders would allow Indonesia and many other countries to spend money on better things such as healthcare or free education, or things that are basic needs of its citizens but are not yet achieved. So that money can be put to better use than enforcing the border. The next one is lower crime rates. The main reason why people immigrate to new countries is because they need to earn money. If they're allowed to immigrate to new countries, having to do a lot of work, they can work legally without having to sell contraband, for example. So there would be lower crime rates. How Indonesia would benefit from a world without borders. Indonesia, as is the second fastest developing economy in Asia, and the fourth highest country with the highest GDP. A world without borders would allow Indonesia to even grow even faster economically. People could immigrate to Indonesia and work here. They can, for example, be building buildings, or they can be investors, or they can be CEOs of new companies. Another one is that Indonesia is also spending a lot of money on enforcing their borders. So if a world without borders would allow them to spend more money on free healthcare and education, where in remote areas and villages, some people don't have free education, and they have to wait for people to arrive there for such a long time just to get free education or healthcare. So that money could be put to better use by helping Indonesia's citizens. Rules and security measures. A world without borders would not just let people come and go as they please. No, there are still rules and security measures. The first one is people with criminal records will have less of a chance of going into another country. People with criminal records have a higher chance of committing another crime. So we'll enforce it, and the people with criminal records will have less of a chance of going into another country. Another one is that work is mandatory. When people immigrate to new countries, they will have to work. Whether it could be any type of work. They could be investors, or they could even be construction people. Another one is that some laws still apply to everyone, and that no one is above the law. The migrant caravan from South America is currently walking by foot, and only by foot, to the United States and Canada to provide better opportunities for their families. But some Americans and US politicians don't they don't approve of the migrant caravan moving into Canada and the US. However, imagine if this were you. Imagine if you were from a country and you didn't have enough money to eat, for example. People in South America have an average of only eating on $1 a day. $1. So when they move to America or the US or Canada, they can provide better food for their families, or they can provide better education and better healthcare. They can also help stabilize the economy and provide for other people. They could build buildings such as these buildings, and yeah, they could stabilize the economy. I would like people to advocate a world without borders and share this idea, as this would benefit everybody.